welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you can hear what's going on outside my windows, but it's too hot to close them, so they're gonna stay open. I apologize for the ensuing background noise. Back in January, I put out a video in which I spent 3 days writing under the same routine as W.H. Auden. Y'all seem to really like that video, and even before I put it out, I knew that I wanted to make it a series where I experiment using the different writing routines of successful authors. I've wanted to put out another one of these videos for a while, but I hit such a wall with this quarantine. I've just been really focused on staying healthy and getting my work done, and I'm working from home and it's really stressful and everything's terrible and everything's closed, and so I have nowhere that I can go to do my writing. And in particular, I've been really struggling with plot. I have all of these ideas and premises floating around in my head, but I've become so hypercritical of myself that I can't seem to get past the outlining stage, which is not great. So I didn't think I was going to be able to make another one of these videos until quarantine ended, and who knows how long that's gonna be. But I realized recently that there is one very successful author who is famous not only for his plethora of novels, but he's actually also very well known for never using an outline. And that author is Stephen King. Also happens to be the most highly requested author for me to imitate in this series. So I figured now would be the perfect time to experiment with no outline under Stephen King's writing routine. It is terrifying. I haven't written without an outline in years. Literally since I was, I want to say 15 was the last time I tried to write something without an outline. So it's been almost 10 years. And I'm terrified. But if ever there was a time to try new things, it's now. So I've actually already started. Today is Sunday the 16th of May. I'm gonna do this for 10 days. And the routine is thus. Stephen King says he sits down to write anytime between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. He'll have a cup of tea, have his vitamins, sit down in the same... He's got this huge emphasis on sameness, having the same thing every single day. And he'll sit and write from anywhere from 3 to 5 hours with a daily word count goal of 2,000 words. I am adjusting this a little bit because I obviously don't have the same daily schedule that Stephen King has. I'm fortunate enough that my company has us all working remotely, which means I'm working from home. I get to still work, which is cool, but it also means that I have to go to work from 9 to 5. So, did I say today is Sunday? It's Saturday. It's Saturday the 16th of May. I sat down to write around 8:30 this morning, wrote until about 11:30. My word count goal was 1,500. That's the daily word count goal that I'm setting for myself because I am a bit more limited on time. So because I have to reduce my hours that I can spend writing, I am also reducing the word count to just a more realistic number. I did hit my 1,500 words. I intend to do the same thing tomorrow. And then for the next 5 days, Monday through Friday, my plan is to wake up super early and start writing around 6. Write for 2.5 to 3 hours, try to hit those 1,500 words before I have to go to work. This morning went better than expected. I really have no idea where I'm going with this story, at all. I had a premise in my head. I didn't even have names for my main characters, so I'm really just diving in head first here. I don't know how this is going to go. This could either go really, really well or really, really poorly. My goal with this experiment is to try to stop relying so heavily on my outlines and get back into the art of writing as opposed to the science of it, and in particular to stop being so critical of my own work and to stop hyperfixating on what I need to change in my story before I even start writing it.
Left her home to find where she belongs. Her mother's scared to leave her all alone, but she got time and she knows what to figure out. This ain't in a dream, a place where it seems that love will come around. So don't stay, you regret it all too much. Just wait, I will find you someday. So the same, yeah, she does not know. everything she got from her. You got time, and you know what to figure out. This ain't in a dream, a place where it seems that love will come around. So don't stay, you'll regret it all too much. Just wait, I will find you someday.
Oh my god. I've never been happier. I don't think I've ever been happier in my whole life than I am right in this moment eating this chicken nugget. Quick check-in. It's day 3 of my Stephen King writing routine experiment. I figure if I'm gonna do this for 10 days, I'm just gonna check in every other day instead of every day because it's gonna get redundant, it's gonna get repetitive, and I'm not here for that. Basically, days 1 and 2 went really well. I hit 4,500 words. I hit 4,500 words yesterday, and then I woke up late this morning, and by late I mean 7 because I wanted to be writing by 6 because I have to be at work at 9. So getting up at 7 was late and I knew I wasn't gonna get a whole lot done. So I have been writing, but it's not along Stephen King's routine, and I've only gotten 200 words written for the entire day so far. So I'm gonna have to pick it up and do a lot more this evening. I asked for sweet and sour sauce, but they gave me barbecue. I've never actually had McDonald's barbecue sauce. I always go for sweet and sour, so we're gonna see how this goes. Definitely better without the barbecue sauce. I am not a fan of McDonald's barbecue sauce, apparently. So far I have 4,700 words written in my novel that I'm writing, that I'm pantsing, that I have no idea where I'm going with this. I kind of have an idea. I have a premise. Now I have a main character because I started writing her, and I have a couple of side characters that I didn't know were gonna exist. Something that Stephen King has mentioned in his interviews when he talks about his writing process and how he doesn't use an outline, he has compared it to driving through very thick fog with one headlight out. So you can see like maybe 10 feet in front of you, if that, and the rest you have no idea what's gonna happen. You have no idea what's out there. And I am 100% understanding that analogy, you know? That's exactly what it's like. I put a library inside a bell tower this morning. I didn't know I was gonna go there, but I like it. I dig it. I think my main character might be gay. I don't know. Maybe she's bi. I think she's bi. Not that it's super important, but yeah, she could go either way at this point. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. It's scary, but it's fun. Scary? It's like riding a roller coaster, sort of. Partially blindfolded, and you can only, like, I mean, again, with the fog and the one headlight analogy, but it's not a road, it's a fucking roller coaster. I can't think. I am way too involved with these chicken nuggets. Okay, Friday check-in time. I'm behind. Oh my god. Would you believe that the construction that's happening outside my window stops as soon as I walk away from my camera? Would you believe that that happens every single time? And then as soon as I try to take advantage of the quiet, I start hammering away again. Such is my life. So I am well and truly behind. I think I only have about 7,500 words written. I'm supposed to have 10,000 words written by the end of the day. 10,500. So I'm about 3,000 words behind, but it's okay because I have the next 3 days off and I can really commit to this routine over the next 3 days. Why do you only hammer when I'm trying to talk? because I work during the week, I have not really been able to commit as fully over the course of the past 5 days to this routine as I would like to. But as it's now the weekend and I have Monday off, oh my god. As it's now the weekend and I also have Monday off from work, we love federal holidays. I have 3 full days that I can really commit to this project and just like fully engross myself into Stephen King's writing routine. I have found some habits easier to stick to than I had anticipated, like starting the morning with a cup of tea instead of a cup of coffee. I don't really know if there was a whole lot of intention behind it, but Stephen King has specifically stated that he drinks water or tea in the morning when he sits down to write. So I've been sticking with that, and I have not been drinking coffee in the mornings. I'm very tired. I have been drinking coffee in the afternoons. I do have a question for my pantsers out there, those of you who do this regularly. Do y'all ever write something and not realize until you start writing it into your story just how heavy the symbolism is gonna be? Because I did that yesterday and I wasn't prepared for it. I made a snap decision at the end of Wednesday's writing session, a decision that I thought was going to be inconsequential, and then I had to elaborate on it a little bit when I started my writing session yesterday, and I realized the symbolism behind the thing that I feel like I need to go a little bit more in depth. So my main character has just been given a job as a staff member at a boarding school, and in addition to her job in education, she's also a house mom supervisor type faculty member for one of the houses on campus for the students. And as with many boarding schools, you know, both real and fictional, I decided to name these houses after Greek deities. And so I decided to put her in Persephone house. I felt like that was a little bit outside the realm of what people usually go for with like Minerva house or Diana house or whatever. I put her in Persephone house. And then I started writing about Persephone house and I realized there are a lot of parallels between Persephone and my main character. And this is not a Hades and Persephone retelling by any means, but there are parallels between the two stories. I didn't think about that when I made that decision. It didn't occur to me how heavy the symbolism was, how steeped in symbolism this was going to be until I started writing it. Does that happen? Again, I haven't not used an outline in almost 10 years, and when I'm outlining, I am sure to incorporate a lot of symbolism as I outline and foreshadowing and plot devices so that I can have this cohesive story before I even start the drafting process. And like, am I doing it wrong? Or am I doing it very right? Why is there suddenly so much happening in my house? This is a really shit time and place to be a YouTuber. I've either done something wrong or I've done something very right, and I have yet to decide which. But I will let you know when I check in, probably Monday. I have 3 more days of this instead of 2. I'll probably give you my final thoughts on this experiment, final check-in, and outro on Monday. So I'll chat with you then.
Rosie, sweet Rosie, you carry me through every Rosie, sweet Rosie, oh, won't you wait for me tonight? Every morning you wake me, it's way too early, but I don't care, you're not faking, your head so curly, kissing my face, you're amazing, just way too often, give me that look, now I'm dead, put me in a coffin. Yeah, you keep me up at night, la-di-da-di-da-di, watching movies black and white, la-di-da-di-da-di, when I see you overjoyed, I'm your Paris, you're my Helen, yeah, we safe in Troy, la-di-da-di-da-di. Rosie, sweet Rosie, you carry me through every Rosie, sweet Rosie, oh, won't you wait for me tonight? still wanna be you. Counting the hours till I'm home. I should just say fuck it there, quit my job, now I'm broke. Never easy does it. Yeah, you keep me up at night. La-di-da-di-da-di, watching movies black and white. La-di-da-di-da-di, when I see you overjoyed. I'm your Paris, you're my Helen, yeah, we safe in Troy. La-di-da-di-da-di. Rosie, sweet Rosie, you carry me through every storm. Rosie, sweet Rosie, don't want to wait for me tonight. Rosie, sweet Rosie, don't want to wait for me.
Okay, y'all, final check-in for this Stephen King writing routine experiment. It went better than anticipated. In terms of sticking to the routine that I set for myself, I only missed 1 day out of 10, and I am sure given a more lenient schedule and more free time in my day in general, I would be able to stick to it even better. In terms of word count, I set a goal of 1,500 words a day for myself, which in 10 days would total up to 15,000 words. I unfortunately did not reach that goal, but I got pretty damn close. I hit 13,000 words, so I'm pleased. I'm pleased with how this went. In terms of writing with no outline, this was the most terrifying thing I've done in a really long time, but it is something that I want to incorporate into my projects a lot more after this experience. I am still going to be working with outlines because I love structure and I love rules. I think the biggest problem that I have with pantsing is that I set a word count goal for myself and I just write words. And that doesn't sound like it would be a problem as a writer, but I can put 3,000 words into one scene, and that's more words than you need for one scene. But that also happens when I work with an outline, so maybe I just need to stop setting word count goals for myself and start setting scene count goals. Maybe that's the next step in this exploratory project series, I don't know. I know that I've written more in the last 10 days than in the previous 2 months combined, so progress. We like it. We love to see it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what other authors you would like to see me imitate. I do have a list. I don't know that I'll be doing another one of these as long as this one. I probably won't be doing another full week or 10-day, whatever. For the time being, because I do work 9 to 5, I'm probably just going to stick to long weekends. As always, I want to hear from you, so feel free to chat to me in the comments, or you can find my social media links down below. I love you guys so much, and I hope you're staying safe and staying well. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. I love you, baby.